everyone, and welcome back to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. Happy Monday to you all. I hope that you're having a fantastic start to your week, to your day, whether your day is just beginning, in the middle, or towards the end. Just so you know, this week we are talking about helpful journal prompts, and I promise it's a little bit more interesting than it sounds. And today, Monday, we're specifically talking about the prompt, how did you change over the last year? But before we go ahead and jump into that, again, let me welcome you. Happy Monday. I hope that you are having a good day and that it's starting off well and it's going in the right direction. If it is not, I always encourage you to do the 5-minute reset, which is to take at least 5 minutes to be by yourself. It gives you a chance to restart, reboot, reset your day right then and there. And again, you can do this if you're not having a bad day. Maybe you're just having a frustrating day or a weird day or a day that seems a little bit off. By restarting your day right then and there, it allows you to, leave everything that has already happened in the past behind you and then step forward into your new reset day to be able to enjoy the rest of the day more fully, enjoyably, and possibly be more productive. During your 5-minute reset time, also, it's an opportunity for you to take a break from any burdens, issues, problems that you are dealing with. And if you are currently dealing with any problems that need to be fixed, you can take some time to come up with a resolution. And then when it's over, when the 5-minute reset's over, you can go back with that, hopefully, or the next time that you have to deal with that problem or issue, and hopefully be able to move forward with the resolution that you came up with. I also always encourage everyone to come up with a list of at least 4 things that you are grateful for. This can be big things, small things, medium-sized things. You can be grateful for having friends come over to watch football, being able to sleep in and watch football all day. Maybe you're grateful for an amazing sermon at church this weekend, or maybe you're grateful that the sun came out long enough for you to take a really long walk or hike with your doge. So you can literally be grateful for anything. That's the beauty of it. So you should never run out of things to be grateful for, because you can be grateful for the smallest things, the biggest things, and those middle-sized things. And last but not least, hopefully you can walk away feeling at least neutral, if not positive, about the rest of your day with taking a break from all your burdens and problems, possibly coming up with a resolution if needed, and creating your gratitude list. Hopefully all those things will help you to shift your mindset and change your perspective in how you are thinking about your day, and realize that despite what you're going through, you should spend more time focusing on those positive, amazing things, blessings in your life that will help push you. With that attitude, will help you push through all those negative, really hard times that you may be going through. So just a simple encouragement for you. But again, on this Monday, I do hope that you are having a fantastic day and just enjoying just everything that you can. And yeah, I just love the beginnings of new weeks. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like it. They find that they have a case of the Mondays, but I look at it as an opportunity to have a brand new day, brand new start to the week, and how that week can be better than last week, and help you move forward into having another amazing week later. So anyway, just again, like I said at the top of the show, this week's theme is helpful journal prompts. And I had so much fun I have fun creating just about every single episode I have created in theme and topic of the week, but I had a lot of fun talking about the top 10 questions that you should ask yourself regularly, which that was a couple weeks ago here on the podcast. And I just was thinking, wow, I always talk about how I don't journal, but I prefer quiet meditation time, but I know that those things can kind of be the same thing, just done in a different way. And I was like, well, maybe I should share some encouraging journal prompts that you can use to actually write in your journal, or just think and ponder about, that will help you gain some more insight to yourself. And then that's what I did. I came up with 5 different prompts for you to do. And so I'll just go ahead and quickly break each one of those down. But today, Monday, we're talking about how did you change over the last year? So let's go ahead and just jump right in. This week, I wanted to chat about some personal questions you could ask yourself in a journal, or even out loud or in your mind, while having a meditative or quiet time. I know that not everyone engages in journaling, like myself, but I believe we can still accomplish something similar during quiet or meditation time by diving into deep thoughts about yourself and subjects that you may not have taken the time to think about. I think it's always a good friendly reminder to give you deeper questions to really ask yourself, because it's possible that you could achieve so much more and know yourself so much better. And by knowing yourself so much better, you can avoid getting into mental traps with yourself and being able to overcome triggers and things like that if you know yourself a lot better. So I just thought it would be really helpful to come up with some prompts for you to think about and ponder over, and just, I think it's always helpful to engage in self-discovery, and I also believe it's a form of self-care. So that's just more reasons why I wanted to talk about it this week. And this is kind of similar to when I spoke about my favorite top 10 questions to ask yourself on the regular. So if you want more ideas on what to journal or think deeply about, check out that week of episodes. It was 2 questions every single day for a week. And so that gives you 10 questions to ponder and ask yourself. And I do go into depth on each one and why I find it important. But the prompt we were talking about today is, how did you change over the last year? And I believe this is an important question to think on and ask yourself, because it can help you evaluate what is working and what is not. So when you take the time to really look back over, let's say you just do it like over a week, it's not really enough time for you to figure out if big things that you've put into motion and habits and such like that are actually working. Because yeah, sure, after a couple of days you can feel like things are moving and jiving, but it's not enough time. And then when you reflect back on, like, let's say a month, that's a good period of time, but it's usually just the beginning state of something actually sticking or actually melding into your routine, whether that's a habit or just a way of thinking, a way of going about things. It's still not enough time. Now, when you get into like a quarter of a year, that's a better time to use for reflection and measurement of things that are working in your life. So that's a good option. So is 6 months, if you want to do that. If you want to do it, just do it every single quarter. That works too. But I also think it's helpful to look back over the course of a year, especially if you are one that journals on the regular or records notes every single day, or even gratitude lists. If you are able to go back and review those and see what you were grateful for a year ago compared to what you are grateful for now, and just seeing all the blessings and the amazing things that have happened thus far. But also, it's like asking yourself what worked. Like, did it work to have this sort of specific strategy to get a raise or get a bump in your position at work, right? Or, did that hobby that you wanted to turn into an actual job kind of income thing, did you actually follow through and did those steps work? Or do you need to find a different way to accomplish that? So, essentially just being able to look back and see what worked, what didn't work, or maybe you were in a relationship and you're having some issues and you decided to work on some things. Did that work? Is that still a thing that's happening in your life, or did that just terminate at some point in the midst of the last year and you're able to reflect back and see why that happened? I feel like it's more helpful than you initially think to really look back and ask yourself those questions. And it will also help you identify what you have grown in and what still needs work. So let's say that you were trying to develop a habit to save money and you wanted to save a certain percentage or amount each paycheck. And maybe you have gotten better at that, and maybe you have increased the amount as time has gone on. Maybe you decided to increase it every month or every quarter, and that is just continuing to blossom and become such a great habit for you to instill in your life. But what still needs work? Maybe you told yourself that you were going to become more minimalistic and decide to, when you buy something, it's like one thing in, one thing out, but maybe you haven't been doing that and now your closet is bursting at the seams. Or maybe you told yourself that you were going to try to be better about contacting your friends and staying in touch with them and staying in touch with your family and letting them know that you're still alive and you care for them. Maybe that still needs work. Or maybe you find yourself still getting comments that you're kind of condescending, judgmental, hurtful in your tone when you don't even realize it. Maybe that still needs work. And I know that might sound harsh, but these are like real truths that we need to ask ourselves and really think about and be honest with ourselves. If we cannot be honest with ourselves, I don't understand how in any world you can be honest with anyone else, like truly honest and not brutally honest, because there's that fine line of being able to tell someone something in truth, but telling them in a nice way too, without just being super blunt and rude, depending upon what your relationship is with that person. But yeah, so it's good to take some time to reflect back and to see what you have actually grown in and what you need to continue to strategize for to make it even better, and then what still needs work, where you need to scrap the current strategy that you are using and to find a new one that could help you actually get on the road to achieving and accomplishing those desired goals. And lastly, you can see what you are proud of yourself for doing well and doing better in the last year. So again, this is kind of coincides with the last one, but maybe you're proud of yourself because you've decided to, pre-COVID, go out and socialize with more people because you spent so much time being home alone, kind of a shut-in, kind of decided to just be antisocial, but you're trying to turn that around, right? So maybe you're really proud of yourself that you've gotten out there and you're talking to more people and you're being more in you're interacting more and sharing more and opening up about who you are and what you're all about, right? And then maybe you will just, again, think about what can you do to make the next year better than last year. Let's say you hit most of the goals that you set out for yourself, but maybe you set your goals too low. Maybe you need to push yourself to set your goals a little bit higher, so you have to try a little bit harder, because maybe the goals that you hit last year, you hit them all because they were super easy, right? Sometimes the goals and the things that we set for ourselves are just a little too easy, and we could have pushed ourselves a little bit harder and learned a little bit more, but sometimes we don't want to be that uncomfortable. So it's just something to consider. But I enjoy reflecting back on what has happened in the past year because it also allows me to be grateful for how far I have come and to realize that all the moments I thought I would not survive that whatever that thing was, that I did survive those times and I'm stronger for it. And I think that really helps to kind of minimize my anxiety a little bit if I'm able to reflect back and realize, wow, I was really freaking out about this, that, and the other, and I thought that it would never I thought these hard times would never come to an end. I thought that things were going to turn out this way or that way, and then they didn't. And it really helps to remind myself that I was able to get through those times. Even if I did have a panic attack all the way through, it's a good reminder to be like, no, look, you got through it. You didn't necessarily have to be feeling that way, but you were able to get through it, and that should give you more confidence and faith that it'll just get even easier and better over time. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, again, reflecting back really helps me to be more grateful for what's going on in my life, because I can realize, wow, this year we were able to move to a really beautiful home that we've been wanting for so long, or we were able to finally get a dog because we've always been wanting one, or we were able to finally take that really big vacation that we were saving for and thought we would never come up with that amount, but we did. We figured out a way. And or for me, I finally was able to work from home full time with my husband side by side in our family business, and I always thought that would be like kind of a dream, or something that didn't happen for quite some time. So yeah, it really can help you feel more grateful, feel more blessed, feel more happy that you were able to accomplish those things and kind of warm your heart, but also stick some truth in yourself to know what you need to work harder at and be more truthful and honest with yourself about, have those come to Jesus moments, and get your crap together. So, well, you guys, this is a shorter one. I don't have much else to say about today's journal prompt. So I really hope you enjoyed all of that. Again, talking about how did you change over the last year. Here's a sneak peek for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, the prompt that I'm going to be talking about is why do I find it hard to let go? I feel like that'll be a really good one. Wednesday, it is what do you spend too much of your time doing? Thursday is what area of your life makes you feel the best. And Friday, the finale, is what do you need more of in your life? So if you are interested in any of those prompts and me breaking it down just a little bit more of specific things to think about when you are writing through and thinking about those prompts, tune back in. I hope that you come back and listen, but check the description box for notes for the show, where to find me on Instagram, which is at Sabrina Joy Perozo, or at Real Positive Girl Podcast. You can also send me an email with any questions, comments, concerns, prayer requests, topic suggestions, feedback, any of that. Also, if you are interested, I would encourage you to come to my Instagram and let me know if you'd be interested in the show actually being put up on YouTube. I don't think I would be videoing myself doing it just yet. That will come in the future. But for now, I would just probably load a majority of the episodes up on YouTube with just like a blank background. My husband was just mentioning that he thinks that'd be a good deal to just kind of like diversify where people can get the podcast. Let me know if you're interested in that. I'd be so happy to know. But until next time, I hope you have a good one and come back for tomorrow's episode. But until then, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.